And good afternoon, Virgo ladies and gentlemen, and happy birthday, and happy belated birthday to some of you. Okay? So, what I like to do is to go on and just get you guys started with this reading. And as you've seen, I've been actually posting these readings throughout the month here. It's basically your next step reading here. Okay? I'm going to be using my After Tarot deck here, as we see here, as well as using some additional oracle based cards to just give you a bit more partner advice in your situation. And ladies and gentlemen, you know the drill. If you've yet to subscribe to my channel, please take a few moments to do so now. And please like and share if this resonates with you guys. Okay? So, prior to getting into your reading, I'll just like to just make a few observations and just to explain a bit more about the purpose behind this reading. Basically, in life, we tend to have to make very tough decisions at times, particularly when we're faced with a conflict riddled based relationship. Okay, so the reason why I chose this spread is because I think that this would best, kind of serve you in facilitating or better facilitating your decision making abilities and kind of show you what you might want to consider when contemplating your next step here. Okay, so let me go on and just make a few general observations about what I'm seeing here, and then we're going to go on and get started. Okay, I'm noticing here from your arrangements of these cards here is that I'm seeing a lot of stagnation existing within your situation, and a lot of perhaps boundaries or lack of boundaries or structure. And I'm seeing a lot of, like miscommunication type problems. And even for some of you, you might even be a bit bored too. I'm kind of getting. Okay, I'm also seeing too that your situation, ladies and gentlemen, also appears to be a bit unstable. I'm seeing perhaps you may be having some problems with either geography or locality issues with the person that you're dealing with, or you might be having some experiencing some property type issues, or might even, in fact, somebody might even be unemployed or kind of relying a little bit too much, on you financially. I'm just seeing some unemployment type situation here. I'm also seeing a lack of control or leadership here in this reading. Okay? I'm also seeing a strong indication that an old flame is going to return to you. Okay? And I'm seeing that a new beginning is ahead. I'm also seeing the possibility of you guys. Seems that it looks like you have others too that seems that you're dealing with. And I also see the potential of someone possibly new entering your life as well very soon. I'm also seeing too that there's a very surprising element associated here with your reading here due to the 2 5s here that I'm seeing here, but it's going to bring, as I said, some type of a form of conflict, and it might just be this old ghost from the past that returns to you. Okay? And I'm seeing that a lot of you may have been suffering from this or have been having a hard time. Okay? And just to look at your numerical theme here, it reduces to 7 here. So this number is kind of urging you, ladies and gentlemen, to kind of take matters in your own hands and really stop vacillating, stop procrastinating, and allowing what I'm seeing here, life to kind of aimlessly pass you by, if you will. Okay, so let's go on and get started. I'm going to start with the bottom card, and then we're just going to move forward. Okay. So let's start here by observing the bottom card here. We have the Hierophant, okay? And so that connects with earth signs. Usually we tend to connect this card with Taurus, but I just connected with all earth signs, okay? Taurus, Virgo, as well as Capricorn, okay? And this card is all about conforming and, tradition and, even karmic connections here. A feeling here that you somehow known the person that before that you're dealing with, okay? And it also, denotes celibacy even, okay? So I'm feeling that many of you kind of really want to you're going to want to really kind of get closer to someone, but you don't kind of want a relationship just for the sake, ladies and gentlemen, of having one, or either, feeling a sense of like you're kind of settling for less, if you will, okay? And I'm feeling that, it looks like the person just doesn't kind of, I guess, I'm feeling pressure buttons or it doesn't make you happy. And I'm kind of, many of you will prefer, you know, a more traditional type relationship, seeing this card here. And some of you may have decided to take an oath of celibacy. I'm also seeing here that might be a potential possibility. Okay, so let's go on and get started here with the your starting position here, or the central issue here that we have there. We have the devil, okay, and that connects with a Capricorn, okay. Of course, that once again, that earth energy, and of course, and this card is all about bondage or kind of denial and lust and temptation and really unhealthy type toxic situations and relationships. It shows powerlessness, even abusiveness I'm feeling, and an enabler, someone enabling someone, or a sense of feeling trapped, or even feeling kind of betrayed in a sense, or even having these power struggles and mind games, sex games, this dominance that I'm kind of getting here. Okay, so I'm feeling that with this card, your relationship might have started off good, but keep in mind, when you kind of sign your soul with the devil, you're kind of asking for trouble, ladies and gentlemen, and someday you're going to in fact have to pay up. And that's what you guys had to do, okay? So I'm feeling that there may also be, I'm getting a strong sense of some type of a drug or an alcohol type problem that might be going on, some type of abuse, okay? And I'm feeling that you're going to be really, you're kind of really having a difficult time. It looks like relinquishing this relationship. It looks like, this abusive relationship that I'm getting here. And you're going to be having a lot of doubts with this card because, again, there's a lot of codependency issues. And many of you may want to examine your true feelings. It may just be lust, okay? But I'm kind of getting that many of you do want to kind of reignite the flame and to kind of get back together and kind of get things back to the way that you feel that they used to be, but I feel that you may have overlooked flaws here due to your lust here, okay? But it does seem to suggest that someone from your past definitely is going to be returning here. Okay, so let's go on and see here then, because in life there are many things that are, at least I'm kind of getting here, important than others here. Okay, and with this card here, we're going to focus on where you shouldn't be placing your focus on, because if so, you're not going to really get anywhere by kind of focusing, using this energy here that I'm going to be revealing to you right now. Okay, we have that Five of Cups energy, okay? So that connects with water signs. Mars is in Scorpio, but of course Cancer and Pisces are also connected with water. So this card is all about, certainly is not important for you guys to be fretting or to even feel guilty or even to be denying, your feelings or just regretting or brooding, ladies and gentlemen, over these issues, or kind of dwelling on the past or even the misfortune or mourning, as you can see here, that this figure is kind of doing, or just having, a bit of anxiety over separation. Because what we're seeing here, that you're going to be crying over spilt milk here. And it shows here a sense that this relationship or something that you're wishing for is in fact salvageable. Okay? And it also kind of brings to memory an old book by Kubler-Ross. She kind of discusses, she's one of those authors that kind of talks about grief and grief therapy. And she mentions the 5 stages of grief. Okay, you have the denial, then you go through anger, then you start bargaining, then you go to depression, and then acceptance. So these are also qualities that are associated or inherent in this card as well. So let's turn our attention to then, since we've already focused on what's not important, what should you be focusing on, okay? Let's look at this next card here. We have that Five of Wands, okay? And that, kind of with this card, is all about, well, of course it connects with fire, okay? So that's Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius, and Saturn usually is in Leo with this card. So this card certainly is all about, it's suggesting to you that now is really time for you to kind of try to fight for some type of a positive resolution, and face or even in fact accept whatever challenge that might be ahead for you, or face competition as you see here. Okay, me try to kind of assert yourself. Now it's time for, some of you might even kind of need to kind of set some parameters. I'm getting to this, and kind of, because it looks like you might, I'm kind of feel looks like you might just have too many people that you're dealing with, or too many irons in the fire, if you will. Okay, you might be, or either doing too many things. It could be work related, or something of that, of that nature. But in fact, you've definitely avoided to see the flaws in this person due to your lust here with the devil. Okay, so now, after we've determined what's important for you to do, now let's just move our attention. I'm just going to give you a bit more information on, other things that might crop up too, that I'm kind of getting there with that card. Is that, again, I'm feeling a strong indication that a lover is going to return. And you're going to be very surprised. Remember with the surprising elements that I said here, mentioned at the beginning? But of course, this card is all about obstacles and, disagreement and quarreling, But I'm feeling, despite whether he or she returns, it seems to be this competition that you're still going to be up against for this person if you want them, Or if in fact you are already involved with someone right now, you're going to discover or need to kind of understand again that your lover is with someone else too, or and one of you may have a hard time kind of making compromises, or the necessary compromises that's needed. Okay, so let's move on and see where your next step is going to lead you. Okay, we have the Fool there, and the Fool is connected with air signs, primarily, namely Aquarius, but of course we have Libra and Gemini as well. And Uranus rules this card. Of course, this card is all about, ladies and gentlemen, a new way of kind of viewing things, choice, possibility, and really having faith in the future, including a bit of frivolity, or, kind of moving on into the unknown and not really knowing where one is going, or even a second chance or a new chance, okay? Just a card that's kind of telling you to have more trust and faith, and it shows a new beginning, or either in fact a new relationship may happen. So some of you might meet or connect with someone new, someone unlike perhaps that you've been accustomed to, someone that might be a bit unconventional. Okay, I see you meeting someone new, as well as a lover returning as well. And ladies and gentlemen, it could easily represent a gay or either bisexual type person with this card. Okay, so this card wants you to kind of really stop worrying over things over which you have no control, ladies and gentlemen, to try to take chances, start over. And if any of you has kind of gone through a separation, this card wants you to kind of get over it, guys. Take a stab at kind of doing something new, despite, you're hurt, because you're certainly going to be meeting, like I said, new people. And this card is all about kind of relinquishing the past, and it's really never too late to really kind of follow your heart, kind of go with the flow here. Okay, so let's look at your oracle based cards here, just to give you a bit more part and advice into your situation, ladies and gentlemen. You have the Skeleton Key card there. So this card certainly, it's all about, associated, of course, with ancient lore, but it's all about, protection. So, or kind of seeking new things, or an opening to new things. So this card kind of shows a sense that, again, that you guys have felt a bit stuck, and you felt as if you just couldn't move forward, or just felt a bit hopeless. I'm kind of getting here with this card. Okay, so this card is kind of asking you to, take a chance and unlock, new things that are about to come towards you, and find new ways of doing things to bring about solutions to your problems. Okay, and then you have the Besom energy card there. So of course this card is all about, it's all about protection. It almost looks like a broom, actually. It's all about protection. And it's all about, kind of sweeping away things. So, but witches used that back in the day when they used to do magical type practices. Okay, so this card is kind of indicating to you it's time that you to use this as this drum symbol here, or be some symbol there is kind of telling you to kind of sweep things away. You know, it's time to kind of clean the clutter, you know, and kind of, you know, get rid of things that are really have not been working for you. Okay? And then you have this 8 symbol there. Okay? So that card is also all about a feeling of being immobilized, a feeling that you're kind of going around in circles or going around in motions, and you're just wasting yourself away here. That is that type of feeling. So, and it shows that you've been really dealing with this situation for quite some time. So this card is asking you to kind of, you know, just take a step back, you know, and just move forward with new opportunities, okay? And realize that you have the strength to endure, okay? And then you have these two energy symbols here. You have the listen symbol, okay? And that card is kind of telling you that you have the necessary intuitive faculty if you would just steal your mind, you know. And one of the things about this is that when it comes to being in relationships with people, we have the need to be heard first rather than listen. Sometimes when we listen, we're already thinking ahead of what the person is going to say, and then we really lose sight of what the person is really saying, hence the conflict. So this card is asking you to really take some time out to really listen to what others have to say to you, you know, and really hear what is kind of being said to you before you make any judgments here, okay? And understand that this is a way to kind of improve your relationship and not think that you have all of the answers, because you don't, okay? And last but not least, another way that you can kind of improve your chances here, you can kind of call upon your sakura, you know, chakra, okay? And this is associated with water elements, of course, Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. So this is also a chakra that is kind of 2 fingers below your navel, and it relates to, you know, emotions and sexuality. So try to look at this glow here and to try to activate that and to feel that glow and that energy around to help improve your relationship. So Virgo, ladies and gentlemen, once again, happy birthday. I certainly hope that this reading has offered food for thought. I look forward to hearing your comments. And once again, if this reading resonated, go on and like and share it and give me a big thumbs up. Thanks a lot for your time. And also, I just wanted to remind you, if you have any questions about this video or any other, you can certainly also contact me on Wizio.com. Enjoy your day.